ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यै स्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम्
न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम्
कर्तव्यम्
त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन
त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन
नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम्
नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम्
वर्त एव च कर्मणि
वर्त एव च कर्मणि
यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम्
यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम्
जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः
जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः
मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते
मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते
मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वतः
मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः
उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः
उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः
कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम्
न
कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम्
शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम्
शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम्
उपहन्यामिमाः प्रजाः
उपहन्यामिमाः प्रजाः
सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः
सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
कुर्याद् विद्वांस तथा सक्तः
कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः
चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्
चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्
Lokasangraha. Under that topic, Bhagwan has given example of himself, and Bhagwan says, Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana, in all three words, Name Kartavyam Asti. Bhagwan says, I have not to be done any type of activity which is compulsory for me, and Nana Vaptama Vaptavyam. The meaning is, there is a nothing to be gained in this world which is to be gained. The meaning is, I have everything is gained because I am everything. Still, Varta eva cha karmani. Even I have everything, I need not to do any activity to gain. Still, karma eva cha vartani. Varta eva cha karmani means I am varte. I am always engaged in my activity. And Bhagwan says, why I am engaged in my activity, that's why Bhagwan says, Yadi aham na varteyam. If I would not engage in my activity and karmani atandritaha. If I am not engaged in my activity without any negligence, jhatu means ever, then what will happen? Manushyaha mama vartma anuvartante. All people which have no time to think, they always follow my path. The meaning of vartma means path, a road. But which type of road here? It says the lifestyle. Always people need some hero in their life. People need some idol which can follow them. So Bhagavan says, if I not keep on doing my activity, then manushyaha mama vartma anuvartante, in which way Sarvashah, from starting from getting early morning up to night. If Bhagwan would, suppose we can imagine, if Bhagwan says, I would like to get up at 9 a.m., then people will follow. Nowadays, people always getting at 9 a.m. But if Bhagwan has started at a late morning, then people anuvartante. If Bhagwan says, I will not do any type of activity, people will not follow. So even as a relationship wise, as any activity wise, Bhagwan says, if I won't do, then people also follow me. And if people follow me, if I don't do anything, then Utsideyuhu ime lokaha. Ime lokaha means all these people. Here imehe. Today we have seen in our Sanskrit class, ime lokaha. These people would perish, Utsideyuhu, because they are not doing anything. Na puryam karma chedaha. If I won't do any activity and people follow me, then ime lokaha utside. All people would be perished. And what I will become? Then Bhagwan says, aham sankarasya chakartasyam. I would become the author of confused society. Because people, they don't know what is right and what is wrong. Whatever Bhagwan has done, they will follow blindly, and the production of confused society. And if people have born as a human being and they are not doing any human activity, then it's called ima prajaha upahanyam. I would perish. It as good as all people are killed. The meaning of this upahanya means to kill, but the meaning is having gained this very important human birth, but they have used uselessly. It's called upahanya, as though they are killed. They are not killed, they are not perished, but as though they are killed. Here, if people are ignorant, no, one who are not studying, they are shepherd colony. There are many people, they don't know why they are living. They are just living. It's called Upahanya Imam Praja. And Bhagavan says in 25th verse, which we have seen last time, that Bhagavan says, there are two types of people are living in this world. One is called wise people. The meaning of wise people means one who are Atmagyani, one who has self-knowledge, and another is called, it is not wise, here it is called, which are not wise, here wise people, which here is ignorant people. So these ignorant people, karmani saktaha, these people are attached to karmani. Here karmani means they are always attached to karmani means activity plus the result of activity, both. Whenever karma is mentioned, at that time also I have told, not only action, but the result of action. We do any action, always our focus is in result only. So generally avidvansaha, here is the akara is there. Generally ignorant people, karmani saktaha, they always attach, saktaha means attach with what? Karmani. Action plus the result of action, yatha kurvanti. In whole life, what they are doing for karma plus result of karma, same way, kuryat vidvan tatha asaktaha. Kuryat, one should do. Which type of people? Here vidvan is written, is a wise. The meaning of wise is not simple wise, but one who has self-knowledge. That self-knowledge with Atmagnani person, they should also should do activity, asaktaha. Here they are saktaha, Here people is, this wise man is not attached to even action, the result of action. Then what is the use of doing different type of activity? Then again Bhagavan has says, Loka Sangraha Chikirshuhu. They are desired to do all type of activity to upliftment of society, to protect the society which are going, always which is going lower, it is very easy, but having rise is very difficult. To live a disciplined life is difficult, but live is without disciplined life is more easy. That's why the Chikirshu Loka Sangraha means they are desired to do Loka Sangraha for upliftment of society, to protect the society which are just living for living sake. To protect them, this all Gyanis, they are keep on doing different type of activity. The meaning of Chikirshuhu, I have told, Kartum Ichuhu. Ichuhu means desire. Kartum, to do the activity. For which sake? Lokasangra. And Bhagavan has used the word Bharat. I have given two meaning. Even Shankaracharya has given two meaning. The one meaning of Bharat means one who is in lineage of Bharata king. Because of that Bharata king, the name of our country is Bharat. That's why only Bharat is given. And another meaning of Bha means, Bharata means, Bha means to shine. Rat means always engage. And what is shine? So always Atmagnana. Self-knowledge is always shine, and always one who is engaged, one who is residing, reveling in that Atmagyanam, that person is also called Bharat. So if Arjun thinks, I have already got a self-knowledge, having heard the second chapter of Gita, then Bhagavan said, even still if you are Jnani, if you have self-knowledge, still Loka Sangraham, you should do activity in it. You are a Bharata Kul Vanshajaha. If you are lineage of Bharata king, then also you have to do activity because people are looking at you. And here the topic Loka Sangraha is over, which will start, I think, from 20th verse. So 20th to 25th verse, total 6 verses are given for Loka Sangraha. How can person help the society? How can a person, important person, can protect the society for doing the wrong thing? As a living example that we have seen. Now the topic is changed, but before topic is changed, Bhagavan has given a very good advice to general people. This is the 26th verse. And the meaning of 26th verse is Na buddhi bhedam janayet agyanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidvan yuktas samacharan. Agnanam karma sanginam buddhi bhedam na janayet. Agnana means ignorant people. Karma sangina are people who are always attached to activity, plus they are attached to a result of activity. For such people, buddhi bedam means confuse, na janayet. The meaning of janayet means one should not create a confusion in the mind of ignorant people, and one who are always attached to activity. And what they should, vidvan yuktaha samacharan. The meaning vidvan means again here, one who has self-knowledge. Yuktaha means one who never forgets, I am a jnani, I am self-knowledge. That person, samacharan, that person should do different type of good activity, And through good activity, joshayet sarvani karmani. That gnani should encourage. The meaning of joshayat means they should encourage these ignorant people doing all type of activity. Why Bhagwan has given such advice, we will see in detail. But I have seen, even Puja Swamiji used to tell, if you go to Rishikesh, and if you don't have any teacher, then we can find a many sannyasis, because Rishikesh is nothing but full of sannyas. If a non-sannyasi can have, suppose you have meeting with some sannyasi, then sannyasi will start to say, everything is Brahman. There is no need of doing activity. What is the meaning of doing activity? You stop activity, you come Rishikesh, we will enjoy. This is not fair. A people who is not ready to take sannyasa. So whatever a common people are interested, we should give them pure guidance. Okay, you do whatever you like. Never come to spiritual. If they like to go and see a movie, which we cannot stop them to see movie is not good. Like, elderly people keep on talking, we should not do. Because if they are doing it once in a while, it is not wrong. Let them go, whatever they do. That's why I have given first Anvaya. Agnanam karma sanginam buddhi bhedam na janayet. Janayet should not create. And what should not create? Buddhi bhedam. Disturbance in our thinking. For which people, agnanam, the meaning is ignorant. Karma sangi, he always connected to different type of activity. For such people, confusion should not be created. Who can create? The Bhagavan says, Vidvan Yuktaha, one who is a knowledgeable, one who has a self-knowledge, and Yuktaha, who is always attached to Brahman, one who is never away with this knowledge, I am not separate from Brahman. That person is called Yuktaha. Such person, some acharan, they should live a life properly. Some is properly, acharan, follow all activity properly, and sarva karmani joshayet. Here the sarva karmani means these people, if they like different type of karma, joshayet, they should encourage. They never discourage anyone. And why Bhagavan has given such advice, that's why I have written here, because in Veda, there are two portions. First portion is always called karma portion. And another portion is called Gnana Kanda. In Karma Kanda, only different type of activity is mentioned, and for which people who are interested in this life, they would like to enjoy. For such people is a Karma Kanda, and one who are interested, for them only Gnana. And if somebody has noticed, a Veda is highly voluminous book, but most of portion, more than 1/3 of portion is given to karma, and very less portion is given to Upanishad, Vedanta. Why? Because the people in general, they are interested to enjoy our life. They would like to, they would like to earn more money. They would like a family. They would like a name, fame, many things. And all activities are given in this first portion of Veda. And second portion is nothing. So some people say, even Veda is confused, is a contradictory. Why? So sometimes they encourage to do different type of activity, and sometimes same Veda says, you should not do any type of activity, just Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. So even if Veda is confused, how can we follow the Veda? That's why it's not really speaking is confusing, but Veda address not only few people. Veda addresses whole human being, not only in India but all over the world. In all over the world, people are not only interested in Vedanta. They would like a different type of activity. So always it says, if somebody goes to doctor and doctor will give different type of medicine to different patients. Why? Even they have same fever. Still doctor can give different medicine because doctor knows the nature of each and every patient. Somebody has allergy, somebody has different type of problem. So according, same way the people in world, they have different mind, different goals. How can they can do each and every people should study only Vedanta? For that purpose, I have given 2 to 3 quotation of Upanishad. In Upanishad also, they say you have to do different type of karma. And which type of karma? So this is, I have quoted it from this Mundaka Upanishad. In Mundaka Upanishad, it is given, Tat etam satyam mantreshu karmani kavayah yani apashyan tani tretayam bahudha santatani. The meaning is, mantreshu karmani kavayah apashyan. Here the meaning of kavayah means many rishis. In mantra, different type of karma they have seen. So in mantra, they have seen, suppose one mantra says, if you do this karma, you will get some whatever goal you want. So it's written here, mantreshu karmani kavayayani apashyan. So there are many mantras, riks are available, hymns are available, in which karmani are mentioned. And Tretayam Bahudha Santatani. Here the meaning of Treta means 3 Vedas. Rugved, Samved and Yajurved. Atharva Ved they never mention because in Atharva Ved most of medicinal use are mentioned. But all rituals, different type of rituals are mentioned in Rugved, Yajurved and Samved. That's why Tretayam is not Treta Yuga, but Tretayam means in 3 Vedas, different type of karma, Santatani, means it's widespreaded. Bahuda, in different way, it's spreaded over. They say you do different type of karma. And all karma is etat satyam. All are true. If you follow, you will get the result. It is called satyam. If somebody says, I don't have son, then say, oh, that with the putra kameshti yaga, you will get son. Tat etam satyam means this everything is truth. Tani acharata niyatam. You should follow this all karma, and this all karma is satya kamaha. They will fulfill your all desire, and Eshaha Vaha Pantaha, Yara Vaha means Yushmaka, your all type of Pantaha means roads, Sukrutasya Loke, what you want to go after death also, Svarga, this different type of karma will lead you to whatever you because in those times, in Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, people would like to go Svarga. In Svarga, they think we will live a long life. It's called Sukrutasya Loke. If we do well done karma here, then people will go after death, Svarga. So all karmas are mentioned. And same Mundaka, after 2 to 3, small portion is over, then say one should follow always Vedanta. And they criticize karma. Why? Because I have here written is only one shloka, but there are many mantras are available. Bahuda vidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhira pandita manyamanaha. So they have always criticized karma. Why? Because all people are not interested in karma. Some are interested in Vedanta also. That's why, like if we go into the mall, we never purchase everything. In mall, we purchase whatever we like, whatever we need. Same way, Veda is like an open shopping mall. Whatever you want, you can choose. Okay, I need this. I would like to become, I would like to japa more. So how to do japa is given. Somebody says, I would like to do more tapas. So different type of tapas, different type of upasana, different type of actions, activity. Everything is given in one Veda because people are different. In one mall, 1,000 people can go, but whole world people can approach only one Veda. That's why different type of activities, different type of japa, tapa, upasana, even Vedanta. That's why it is confusing. It seems as a confusing, but really speaking, it is not confusing. So this is Mundaka. Even in Taittiriya Upanishad, in Shikshavalli, this whole I have mentioned is nothing but teacher says to all students, you should be, this is whole portion, but nako modgalyaha, you should not be any type of idleness. For Swadhyaya Pravachane, Satyam Tapa, even Atithi comes, guest come, you should serve. Even they say, even Praja, if you need your Praja means your children, you should not be lazy. So everywhere they say you do karma, you do karma, you do karma. And immediately after Shikshavalli, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So the Taittiriya Upanishad also seems confused. But why? Some would like upasana, some would like this. That's why all karmas are prescribed. All gnanam is prescribed in Veda. And somebody, and even our Ramana Maharshi, even in that Upadesh Saram, first he says, Ishvara Pritam Nechaya Krutam. You should do each and every activity having offered to Ishvara and immediately say, Kruti Mahodadau Patanakaran. All activity is like an ocean and you will fall inside and you never come out. Even Ramana Maharshi is confused. So if you don't know, everywhere it seems which one is greater? Karma is greater or to listen, Shravanam Maranam is great. That's why Bhagavan says, you don't buddhi bhedam janayat, because people's minds are different. So I have written, if child is in mother's womb, is it good or bad? So we can answer, it is good until it is properly grown. If child is properly grown, then it can come out from mother's womb. Then it is safe for child. So we can't say good or bad. The time period is more major. Same way somebody asks, karma is good or bad? Because always say karma binds us. So does it good or bad? So we have no answer. Because karma are good, because it helps to grow us emotionally growth. Without emotionally growth, Shravanam is useless. That's why I have written karma, whatever karma is mentioned in Vedas are for growth only. And growth is only emotional growth. And when we are fully grown, then Triambakam Yajamahe, then it is the Urvaruka. We can release from samsara. That's why it's given in Shastra Brahmacharya ashram. So when we are in teaching stage, it's also help all activities for growth. Then all students are entered in marriage life. This marriage life is also help for growth. For growth also, to let go our ego also, to help to mutual understand each other. Then they are fully grown. Then only from marriage life a person can come out fully grown. The meaning of grown means matured person. Gruhastha life means marriage life help us to grow, emotionally grow, mature. And it says there are many here. I'm very sometimes I feel sorry, but there are many teachers in Gujarat. I don't know even other state. They say if you are learning Vedanta, what is the use of keeping Vigraha in your puja altar room? You just throw away. They are just like toys. This type of sentence is Buddhi Vedam Janayat. Because all people need something to hold on. Because people in relationship also, people's mind is wavering. We cannot 100% dependent on relationship. But we need always one good relationship which never said no to us. And this Ishvara only. If this Vedantic teacher starts saying, there is what is the use of Ishvara? There are sannyasi, I have heard the even lectures. And some people has thrown away. Then they are confused. Because it's very difficult to grasp formless Ishvara. But if Ishvara is front of us, it is very good. Even they say, what is the use of japa, tapa? No need, only Shravanam. But for Shravanam, need a one type of mind, one type of, otherwise Shravanam is useless. That's why only teaching is not good. Only Shravanam is not good. Each and every student, each and every person need japa tapa, japam tapam, all type of, it helps. There's no, it says integrating personality. And then only Shravanam is meaningful. Even I have written, people are interested in Artha Purusharth, Kama Purusharth, because they are in marriage life. They have their house, they need security. Artha Purusharth means they need security. They need their own enjoyment. Then if we are coming to Vedanta class and if teacher says, everything is Brahma, there is a useless to enjoy this mundane, you should not enjoy. You should not do like this. Then people will run up. That's why the Buddhi Vedam Janaya. That's why I have written. If a child asks us, I would like a balloon. Same way, other people also ask, I need a car. I need a big house. I need a big job. Everything for all people is very much necessary. We can't say, okay, now you are Brahman. You are all pervading. You should not buy anything. It's useless. That's why Bhagavan says, Na buddhi vedam janayat. Because people are not at that level. Nachiketa, or there are very few students who can understand our rich heritage Vedanta thoroughly. Otherwise, very difficult. So I have written, if people ask for money, even some person has come to me and he says, I'm going to temple and I am asking for money. Is this right or wrong? Then I say, this is right only, correct thing. We have to ask only to God only. We need not to ask from people. If Ishvara is there, he can give everything. We can't say no. If we say no, then there's Shraddha towards Ishvara. We are breaking. That's why the responsibilities of teacher, responsibility of that self-knowledge people is more, because all people will come to them. If we don't they guide properly, then again sankarasya kartasi, the confused will come. That's why it is very necessary. Even teachers should not criticize any activity. Whatever they ask, let them encourage them. You should earn more money. More you earn more money, you can help more people. We can say, you can enjoy your life. We can tell anything, but we never say sorry to them. Otherwise, they will confused. Having this base, now we can enter in the why Bhagavan has said such, have told such thing. So I have written, because in verse Bhagavan has used to name Agnanam, Karma Sangina. The meaning of Agnanam means aviveki. One who is still, they don't have discriminating power. What is permanent, what is temporary, what is a relationship, they don't know. If they don't know, we should not hurt them. So ignorant people, they are ignorant about scriptures. They don't know what is the Veda meant for. Then they are only interested in mundane pleasures. It's called Agnanam. Karma Sangina means who are interested in activities, action, and result of activities. For such people, Buddhi Vedam na janayet. The meaning of Buddhi Vedam, Shankaracharya is written here. Buddhi Vedam means Maya idam kartavyam bhoktavyam cha. One person thinks, idam kartavyam, Maya idam kartavyam, this to be done activity by me and to be enjoyed. If I'm earning money, then I should also enjoy, no? So whatever I earn, I enjoy. And asya karmana phalam iti nishchita rupaya. This is the result of my karma, all my action. For this vedanam chalanam. If you confuse, it's called buddhi vedam. Confusion regarding karma and regarding the result of karma. And why people can do such thing? Really speaking, for jnani. Jnani means 100% a person like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, a person like Raman Maharshi, because they know this life right now we are living is not real. They know that. Like we say, our dream state is not true, is not real. Same way, this life is not real. They 100% know, but other are not. They don't know. So we should not tell them this is not real. It's called Buddhi Vedam Najanai. Whatever they are interested, let them do. That's why Bhagavan says, one should not create any type of confusion in the mind of ignorant people, and a one karma sangina. We should not criticize anyone. And who will do this? At that Bhagavan says, Vidvanaha yuktaha. The meaning of Vidvanaha means Atmagnani, one who has a self-knowledge, and who would be, maybe he is a householder, or maybe sannyasi, whatever. But one who has a self-knowledge, and yuktaha, meaning is one who never deviated from its own swarupa. A person who 100% knows who am I. And he always with his own nature consciousness, even that person also samachar. That person also should do their activity properly. So I have mentioned one Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya need not to do any puja because he knows, because he has written Bhashyam Brahma Sutra, but still Shankaracharya used to do daily puja for 3 hours. Even right now, if we go Sringeri, we went, that now our Shankaracharya nowadays, present Shankaracharya also, morning 2.5 hour puja, evening also 2.5 hour puja. 5 hours puja they are doing. For which sake? Not for themselves, his sake. He need not to do any puja because he knows everything, but still Samachara. The people can, if he is doing puja, let me do. Need not to say throw away all toys. Vigraha is very foolish to say like this also. And what that person should do, it says, Sarva karmani joshayat. Joshayat means should encourage. They should say, whatever you like, you do. Last time when Puchi Swamiji came to Ahmedabad, at that time he told, let you have desire more and more. But even I pray, you have that capability, you can fulfill all your desires. Because in life, people have desire, many type of desire. Let all be fulfilled. It's called Joshayat Sarvani Karma. The encouraging people, you do whatever you like, but never create a confusion in all people's mind. If they are confused, then where they will go? What they will do? So but only we can say, if you want to earn money, you earn money in ethical way, with all values, and you enjoy whatever you have in dharmic way. Nothing wrong. Because all are not sannyasi. All are not atmagyani. Let them do what they like. This is the meaning of this verse. Na buddhi bhedam janayet. Should not confuse, not create any confusion, any people's mind. Let them do whatever they like. Only we have to say, you do everything, but with values, with devotion to Lord, and with dharmic way. Without hurting anyone, you enjoy the life. This is the best way to live. That Bhagavan has said. And after saying this, Bhagavan has again changed the topic and he just moved away in Atmagyana portion. And before we see that shloka, what would like to Bhagavan convey to Arjuna, that I have written in one. We know our whole body is mixture of two things. This is a one mixture. Somebody asks khichdi, how can you make a khichdi? Then we say, khichdi has two ingredients. One is rice and one is dal. Same way this human body is mixture of two things. One is called Chaitanya consciousness and another is called Prakriti. Means Maya. We are a mixture of two things. And both are totally contradictory. Both mixture, both ingredient which are made up of are totally contradictory. And what are the contradictions? So one, if here the meaning of Chaitanya means consciousness, all pervading. So total how many consciousness is there? So it says consciousness is only one. Ekameva advitiyam. While we are a mixture of another thing, it's called Maya, Prakriti, it's mixture of three Gunatmika, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. The consciousness is achalam, it doesn't move. Being all pervading need not to move. Achalam means immovable. It never goes anything, always. While this Maya is always chalam, keep on moving, never stay in one place. If we starting from atom, this electron, proton, all are moving, proton, electron moving, everywhere is moving, chalam. Consciousness is all pervading, while Prakriti is limited power. Is not all pervading, is limited. Consciousness doesn't have any type of quality. Useless. Puja Swamiji used to say, who is the useless in whole universe? Only one thing is Brahman. He never helps because it need not any help, is a nirguna, while Maya is gunatmika. It has three gunas. What we will see, gunatmika, Chaitanya, this consciousness is conscious, while this Prakriti is inert. This consciousness is asangaha, which never attached to anything, while another mixture is always attached to something another. Sangaha, this consciousness, another name is called Atma, while Prakriti is called Anatma, which is not Atma. And we are mixture of these two. Who we are, either we are this or either we are this. If we are this, then we are inert. If we are this, then are conscious. But right now, we are mixture. Without Maya, we cannot do any type of activity. But at the same time, without consciousness, there is no Prakriti, no Maya. No, one should know, like I always used to say, even Tattva Bodha we have seen, like nowadays is not, but in previous time there is a one lamp was available. No? And in this lamp, this is a lamp. My drawing is not good, but this is a lamp. In lamp, previously it was a tungsten wire, inside. Have you seen or not? I don't know. But there is a small wire. And electricity just touched to tungsten wire, and tungsten wire lights up. And because of tungsten wire lights up, this whole bulb looks like a lights up. Same way, our body, we have two body, no? One is physical body, is like a outer layer. This lamp, we can say, is a physical body. This tungsten wire, we can compare as a subtle body. Our mind, our own sense organ are considered as a tungsten. Both are inert. But there is another thing. Here is electricity, but here we say is a consciousness. Because of consciousness, our subtle body is live. Because of subtle body live, this physical body is live. Who we are? Physical body, subtle body, or only consciousness? Really speaking, we are only consciousness. But to know we are only consciousness, we need this body. This Bhagavan is going to tell in our next verse. We will see it tomorrow. It's already 10:17. Any question? Unmute one. Any question?
Swaminiji,
Yes.
this very beautiful, the verse you explained, 3:26,
Yeah.
about confusing people and misleading people.
Yeah.
So there, I'm a little bit confused about that, Swaminiji. That so suppose one by his own nature, having experienced life's whatever life has to offer, has come to the conclusion that this is not going to satisfy me, this is not going to fulfill me, and I need to seek better understanding about what will fulfill me. Then such a person is ready for the teaching.
Yeah.
Whereas a person who is still very much in the grip of samsara, like meaning he's still enjoying pleasures of life and seeking desires, even in a very dharmic way,
Mm.
I think what you're saying is that
Yeah,
for
it is
such a
there.
person, you don't want to
Yeah, we should
confuse him
not
by
disturb.
saying
Yeah, we
you need
should not
to
disturb
vairagya.
them. We should not even disturb them. Even we should not tell you come to everyday class
Ah,
and listen the class. But we can educate them. What is the how important of values? How to we can live? We can enjoy also Dharmic way. We can only tell them only this way. Need not to teach scriptures. So sometime time will come, they will come automatically. Naturally they will. But we
So
can
basically, don't be judgmental is the rule, right? Don't ever judge.
yeah, we should not judge.
no, I'm not talking about judging people. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
because in our excitement, we want to convey the,
Mm.
you know, I'm talking out of my own personal thing. Like,
Mm.
so I tell people about how wonderful study of Gita is, and
Yeah.
you should come and join us and things of that
Once
nature.
you told no, there are a group of people they would like to do kirtana only. They never like to hear.
Right,
You should not
right.
encourage to come and please listen Gita. If they are enjoying in kirtana, no, let them enjoy. Automatically, if they desire sometime, let me listen. Then only it will work.
Okay.
We can tell them there's a class is going on, but we should not force them.
Okay.
Swamiji, Puja Swamiji explained this verse once in the ashram. If somebody is doing bodybuilding or physical exercise, they don't know, but they're actually taking the step towards Bhagavan. It's just they're thinking that this is what they want.
Yeah.
Over time may be whatever, it will be aligned to the grace because there is no other choice.
Yeah. Only if person lives with values, no, automatically someday will come. But we should not force. Otherwise they confuse. Totally they will go opposite way. They stop coming.
No, that is very important verse, Swami. I really need to think about this a lot. Yeah.
Even many people here also say, why you are not telling everybody should come? I say, should is not necessary. Let them come. If they come, it's fine. If they enjoy, fine. But if they are not enjoying, you should not force.
Hmm. So then, for example, we talk about nishkama bhakti and things like that. So are you saying, Swaminiji, that we should not talk about such things to people in general?
The meaning of nishkama bhakti means whatever I am doing is for Ishvara. But its stage will come later. First stage is sakama bhakti. Whatever come to me, I will do all activity. I will get result also what I desire. But first I will offer all what I have gained first to Ishvara, then I will use. It's called sakama bhakti. If we are mature in sakama, then we have to switch over to nishkama. Other direct nishkama, if you knew wedded couple, no, if you say you don't do anything with sakama, everything Ishvara, who will follow? Only we have to add one Ishvara factor. What is devotion? What are the values? We have to teach them. Then we can say enjoy. It's a way of living. Never force.
Thank you very much. I mean, it was really, really amazing. Take some time, but when you can see how everything flows in the right direction, when you take out the stress and the things the mind create, when you put out that and let the thing flow, everything goes. It's perfect. This system is more than perfect.
Now, Balder, you said a key word there. The key word is the mind. The mind is the one that creates the division, creates the opinions, everything. So that's a very key word. The mind is the reason for the division. Yeah. Excellent, Swaminiji. Thank you. You must be getting late for you there.
Shall we do Purnavada?
Yeah. Yes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om